1000. Nation.
This is review for Saturday Bloodstock 2015. Plus random stories, of course, about our personal experiences with festivals and crazy moments. But first, a quick note from Rich about some exciting itch news of forthcoming events. So sit back and enjoy, for it is now time for another great itch.
Hello, this is Richard, the other half of the Monthly Itch. Before we actually get started, I just need to say a few brief words and also explain exactly what's been going on before the concluding part of the Bloodstock 2015 review. Before we get started, I just need to say, firstly, a big apology. As you may have noticed, there has not been regular content coming out. This is due to personal as well as equipment issues that we have had with the Monthly Itch. And as you can realise, it's kind of delayed a lot of our podcasts that's come out because we weren't able to edit or we weren't able to do a lot of things with these. And in the process, this has delayed the Bloodstock 2015 review, which we were hoping will have actually came out in the month of August. As you can see, it's now October. So I do apologise, and so does Joe on this account. But this is the announcement that I want to give to you people. We have sorted out all these problems. We have got brand new equipment. We have bought new equipment just for the itch. We've sorted out our software issues, and we are basically evolving the idea of the itch. This is the exciting news for you people. We are restructuring the itch. We are giving you, of course, me and Joe, we are talking random bollocks, of course, but we're also giving you special guests and interviews. Plus, we've got loads more exciting things that we're planning coming up very, very shortly, which, if you check out our Facebook, we'll give you updates as soon as we know. So it is exciting times. We're taking your feedback and suggestions from our friends and our fans. Thank you very much for checking us out and supporting us all the way through this. I can promise you right now, the next evolutionary step for the Monthly Itch is coming, and it's going to be bigger and better, and it's going to sound and feel better as well. So please stick with us. Enjoy Bloodstock 2015 review, the concluding part, right now, right here. Enjoy. Thank you very much. Check out the other podcasts.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
This is Joe.
Do not attempt to grow a brain.
And this is Rich.
You interfered with a well-laid plan.
And this is
You and I are going to have a conversation later that you won't enjoy.
the Monthly Itch.
I know nothing because I'm a woman.
You're not a woman.
Oh, you bastard.
The mental defectively in formation.
Don't make a bit of sense to me. That's what being crazy is. And I'm senseless, out of it, gone down the road wacko. But no more, no less.
Nothing is worse than having an itch you can never scratch.
So you want me to carry on to the next day?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to hear all about the rundown because I'm really upset that I didn't get a chance to go this year.
Look at that. He's making me cry.
I went 3 years on the trot and then I haven't been back only because my time schedule has just been completely rammed and I
Next
haven't
year,
found
mate.
a chance.
Me and yourself, I try and get some interviews as well. We try and do some interviews.
Do it.
Go on then. Do your work.
I think we're going to push on for this podcast to actually get some interviews
Oh,
done
now
with
that
certain
you've
people.
been there, you've rubbed some elbows, have you? You've spoken and whispered in a few ear holes and we're actually we're bound VIP guests next year. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, we've only got 100 followers. And
100 lovely, beautiful,
oh yeah,
intelligent,
very much so.
oh, sophisticated devils.
Right, here we go.
Yeah, what did Saturday bring?
Saturday, Zerath was the first band I saw.
Wow, they're the tech, I want to say
Giants.
tech death. Are they tech death or are they just strictly tech?
They're technical, but like the Devin Townsend's vocals of the Strapping Young Lad days,
Right,
the
yeah.
harsher vocals and all that.
Yeah.
That was the most extraordinary thing I have seen in my entire
The
life.
guy, he's I had the pleasure of supporting them in Southampton with my band Dying Vision.
Yeah.
I'm Tia. We're like your biggest fans. Good job.
And they are the most brilliant people for a start, you know, as in personality wise.
Right on.
But musicianship wise, you can't get any better.
They're flawless, man.
They are absolutely perfect, and they got on the main stage after playing, I think it was...
Oh, they played the main stage, did they?
They played the first band on the main stage.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, maybe not a first band, but one of the first bands.
Sure.
Because I wasn't getting up that early.
Because Evil Scarecrow opened up the main stage on one of the days, wasn't it?
That was last year. That was last year.
No, it was this year.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
I was there, man.
No, they opened the main stage.
No, he didn't.
That's right. He can be taught.
He did.
He didn't.
Was it not this year?
No.
Really?
I was there, man. I know.
Right, so listen, why don't you give me a call when you want to start taking things a little more seriously?
It was last year.
No, because a lot of people were turning around because they opened up last year and they were fucking brilliant. Everyone got up really early because they were the first band.
Yeah, yeah.
And everyone was doing the crab.
The Crabulon,
yeah,
the robot.
I am Robototron.
And you had
Exoskeleton, take me on.
You had actually more crowd there than a lot of the bands mid-card, I was going to say, but yeah, you know, mid-card, yeah. But yeah, midway through the afternoon, they actually had a bigger crowd, and everyone getting up. I'm sure it was a Saturday morning as well, but getting up and actually doing stupid fucking moves when they're hungover, and it was sunny as well. I remember it, but that was good. But no, it wasn't this year, unfortunately.
Okay.
But Zeraf was the first band I actually wanted to see in the morning,
and they brought the thunder.
They did. They started off. Then there was technical issues
again,
and these technical issues was something went wrong with the guitar.
Okay. Right. Was this actually the band's fault then? Because at the moment, from all the issues you're talking about, I can't help but think Bloodstock's not investing properly in either equipment or capable stagehands.
The sound was up and down throughout the weekend, but then again, it's a festival. You got to be extremely good to deal with festivals.
I imagine that with because they're getting the bigger acts now, the demands are getting more and more elaborate, and so it's just these things are bound to happen.
And also environment, because of course when you're listening to speakers, if you've got wind coming through there, you're pushing certain instruments in your ears.
Open air festivals are always going to be a difficult mix.
Yeah, it's I give credit where credit's due. They weren't overly bad. I've heard Wacken for a lot worse, and Grass Pop I've done before.
Right.
But it's been a lot worse. It
happens the world over.
Yeah.
It's just a shame to happen to such an amazing band that was there to kick ass and open up the festival for Saturday.
Yeah, I don't actually know what happened. I just know he was looking at his guitar lots, and I don't know whether it was maybe a fourth, maybe fifth song or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the guitarist left with his guitar. Then the singer left, leaving the bass and the drummer.
Me in a ass. Fuck you stupid cunt. Monkey.
Just sitting around.
I mean, look at Five Finger Death Punch. Look what happened when that happened.
Well, I thought they had an argument. I thought he stormed the stage. I got to admit, and I'm like, what the fuck's happening here? But then they came back and they wanted to do most of their set, and they turned around and says, right, we're gonna do 2 more songs. They were only allowed to do 1 more song.
Oh,
and it was like, that
hurts when a band gets cut down with time.
You know, it must have been a half an hour set, but we must have got about 15-20 minutes, and I felt sick for them, watching them, thinking how good they actually are, and being a UK band and ones that I've seen before, knowing what they're capable of, and then suddenly seeing this happen, it was like fucking hell.
Poor guys.
Right, so our thoughts to Zeraf, and in all fairness, if Zeraf is around, to people who listen to us, check them out. They are, I would class as one of the best UK bands around at the moment, for my personal choice. Because the fact he's doing more of a strappy young lad type, it's really strange. He's got such a unique voice, and it does remind me, he's got certain pitches and all that, but it's thoroughly enjoyed what I saw of him. But I'm hoping next year they come back and they do a Devi. Come back and fucking blow the place apart because they deserve it.
Brilliant.
I'm going to be very, very quick on these ones now.
Yeah, because you could go on for all of the experiences of all the bands, of which there are very many laid down on that list of yours.
Yeah.
But how about just some golden highlights, like out of the Saturdays?
Excuse me while I whip this out.
But worth of bands, who was like your, hey, this happened?
Right, okay. This is... Ethereal.
Who?
Ethereal.
That's a sound effect on a keyboard. Ethereal, I think is how you want to pronounce it.
There we go. Yeah, as I said, the writing on the actual thing was fucking terrible. So.
Your own handwriting.
You remember that spelling bee you won in the first grade? Rock? R-O-K?
Yeah, so what's your point?
R-O-C-K!
The C is silent.
No, I meant the logo. I didn't even.
No.
We're
back to Belfort.
Yeah, but no, they were camped next to us actually in the camper.
Shut up, really?
Nah, and they were UK band from Manchester, and they've supported Vader, and I'll tell you something. They're proper black metalers who come on stage, do all the fucking spikes and all the show. But they were some of the nicest people, and
as is the way with most black metal fans.
It's true, but what I mean is, like, we spoke to them, and they gave me tips because, of course, I'm in a similar genre type thing, extreme metal, and they were deserving of, they had a massive reception, and I think one of the top bands of the UK black metal scene at the moment, but I've seen, it's done by Candlelight at the moment.
So they're on Candlelight Records.
They are signed, but they are one of the up and coming.
Well, I'll keep an eye out for
them. Right, another
that was
one.
Ethereal, right?
Ethereal, yes, that's right. If you call it that, something. We put links up anyway.
Sure, we will.
Right, can't be arsed, maybe not. Jassard. I don't know whether that's how you pronounce it.
I can't even think of where that comes from. Like the Finnish?
No, they were... It looks Samoan to me, but I'm really bad at judging it. I remember them turning around. I think they're Indonesian. Yeah, I've got a feeling they're Indonesian, and because I got in pits for both of these bands, and my head was all over the place. So all I could actually decipher, that's the word, is he invited everyone from Bloodstock to come back to his country and stay with him, which I thought was a really nice offer.
That's so kind. Well, see, people, that's generosity right there.
I'm thinking just going over it, just seeing if that offer actually still stands.
I might come with you.
Yeah, exactly. We can.
He sounds like a laugh riot.
Oh, he is, and also the music is proper grindcore, proper death, and all that kind of stuff. Beautiful.
I'd love to go play someplace like that. That'd be great. But anyway, moving on.
I cannot listen to any of your instructions, for you are my sworn enemy, and are about to meet your demise.
Jassard. Up next.
Death.
Oh man, no! It couldn't have been Death. Chuck.
Oh
Chuck,
man!
God rest
I'll tell you
his soul.
something. I never got a chance to see Chuck.
No, me neither.
And I had an opportunity.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah. It's got an opportunity to see when they came over one of the times, something to do with work or money or something. You know what it's like.
Yeah.
You never think of that, and then
I missed. Sorry to cut you off, but I missed Devin. When I was younger, he came over and did Ocean Machine.
I love you. You complete me.
I want to say Physicist, and then he did Strapping. Like he did a triple header.
What was it?
Yeah, I hate you so much.
I'm sorry. That was a good gig as well.
I know it was.
A small venue, wasn't it? I'm sure.
Stop rubbing it down.
Sure, it was University of London.
I'm on the verge of tears. Move the fuck on.
Yeah, no, seriously, Death.
Yeah.
12 years wait for seeing Death. When of course they split, when of course Chuck left, but they left such a legacy. I was thinking to myself, what can this possibly give to me? And Jesus Christ, everyone was in the pit. Was emotional. The music was amazing. It was top. You know,
like when Negral played in Behemoth a couple of years ago, the emotion.
Yeah, and you know, everyone, and seriously, that was a time where the hairs literally stood up on end.
Damn near jumped off
it was it was, and I was in the pit all that time, and the pit was extremely violent, but they done a flawless set.
Welcome to the party, pal!
And from what I can remember, it was by when it all ended. It ended too soon for us, and we're all looking at us going, and there was people literally, you could see they were blubbering up type thing, going, I was waiting so long for that, and you could tell the passion and all that. And that was an emotional, and that was death. And then we had Opeth.
Oh, were Opeth headlining this day?
No, it was Within Temptation. I get into it in a second. But Opeth, they're Opeth. They don't give a shit.
They're brilliant.
And they got the IKEA chant as well.
Of course they do.
Yeah, you have to.
I forget his name, I'm blanking on it right now, but he always makes a cuckoo clock or Swedish Toblerone chocolate joke. Swedish? Swiss.
But no, there's certain songs in Opeth I'm not a big fan of, but
they're one of those bands that have such a humongous back catalogue of material that's so varied. You could actually be a fan of a different type of Opeth than another Opeth fan, you know?
Yeah, because I'm more the early days, and also I'm not a big fan of long songs, because I'm a thrasher at heart.
You're not a progressive guy.
Opeth was Opeth, they were always flawless.
Did you walk away from Within Temptation like you did Trivium?
So that's what that feels like.
Yes. I couldn't do it, man. I really couldn't.
Did you not even check out one song of theirs?
No.
Really? Oh, mate. See, when I got a chance to see, when I was attending a festival to see X, Y, and Z band, Within Temptation were there, and I thought, fuck it, I've got nothing else to do but stand here and drink my beer. Pass some time until band Z turns up.
From everyone I actually spoke to who saw Within Temptation, they said it was a band of the festival.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great to hear, though.
So, you know, the fact it's not my cup of tea, as we.
There's a reason why they're up there headlining. I want to listen to that track they did with Howard Jones, the last Kill Switch Engage singer, called Dangerous. It's great. It's brilliant. I love it.
It's one of those bands that if the song comes on, I'm going to be bobbing along going, actually, this isn't too bad.
Yeah.
But, you know, I try to be as open as I possibly can when it comes to it. But the reason why I walked away mostly is because at the moment, my favourite band.
These are the ABCs of me, baby.
Ah, right, okay.
Well, not all-time favourite, that's taking it a bit, but I'll tell you something. I love my death metal, as you know.
Oh, yeah.
But I like a lot of epicness to it.
Well, you're a black metal fan.
Yeah, as well as, this band, I was bowled back by, they done an album called Labyrinth.
You remind me of the babe. Babe with the power. Power of voodoo. You do. Remind me of the babe. Quiet!
And it's
David Bowie.
Magic Dance.
Jim Henson.
Yeah, no. It's Flesh God Apocalypse.
Oh, Flesh God were there, man. Oh,
they I've seen them 3 times with this one. None of them held a candle to Flesh God.
They were that far ahead.
They were the stage guy. He's got a piano on stage and he's all dramatic.
Right on.
They're Italian, so of course they're
expressive.
Very much of it. And they had a female opera type singer.
Right.
Who one of their songs, he just had her singing most of it all the way through.
But that was beautiful.
It was, and the fight pits were phenomenal. I'm never a big fan of fight pits so dark though, because it's like
we've got to be able to see you to pick you up.
Oh, and so drunk as well. So, but
send his beloved Kyle back to the dead.
I sobered up straight away when they came on.
Right.
They came on, they destroyed, and that they left such a lasting effect on me. It was just like, they're the band of, you know, like as I was saying, For Death. That was 12 years ago. You know, there's been a few bands since, but I think they're the new titans that are putting the bar ever so high,
carrying that flag.
Yeah, and if you are an extreme metal band and you want to literally aim high, they're the
benchmark.
Pretty much, you can't get any better. It's everything about it: the stage persona, the way they interact with the audience,
the actual sound of them live. I can imagine was epic and small. Well, not main stage, because this was, again, I imagine on the Sophie stage, right?
Yep, Sophie stage. But I'm glad it was in the Sophie stage.
I love the Sophie stage. That massive tent that they had the stage under. It captures the sound.
But there was the thing is, I got in there early because, of course, I wasn't seeing Within Temptation. I just went straight to Sophie.
Yeah.
And I was just standing there around the pit area. And I didn't even notice it, but I had friends who checked out Within Temptation and then walked over.
Okay.
And that you could not put any more people in there.
They filled it out.
They said there was about 500 people in the Sophie, and it was all coming out.
There must have been more than 500.
It makes me very uncomfortable.
Well,
it must have been about 5,000, if not.
I don't know, but all I know is that it probably meant 500 people around it or whatever. I don't know, but the fact is that you could not go in there for love of money. Of course, I was in the pit, which is the best spot because, of course, you got a bit more room, so you can. You know, I hate being squashed up. It's very strange. I don't mind being smacked around,
like
thrown around. Yeah, exactly. Right, but I hate being where the front of a stage is, where
pressed
the bar
up against the barrier.
That scares. It scared me because I went to see Metallica.
Jennifer! What the hell's gotten into you? My thing got stuck in my zipper. I got piss all over my pants.
And
oh man, I've got my own Metallica horror story.
Yeah,
I went and saw Metallica. That's my horror story.
The pit, yeah.
I'm joking. I'm so totally joking on that.
No, I'm not. If they were quite
separate podcast.
Yeah, the downfalls of Metallica.
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
Rise and fall and fall.
Yeah, it's like an ECW documentary.
Exactly. Yeah.
Randy Orton, former partners. This is really broken down.
Just some kind of fucking monster. Oh, Jesus Christ. We should do a review of that one day. That's going to be fun.
Solid. Let's just stop what we're doing now and do it. We've proper broken away.
I've got to be drunk for that.
It's called for divine intervention.
But as I was in the front and up against the bar seeing Metallica, and I was up there because a friend wanted to go.
Are you ever not going to fall for that?
Behind me,
yeah.
It must have been about.
Was it the big, bold, skinhead, Nazi-looking dude who just does nothing but punch and kick his way throughout the show?
No, he don't last too long with me.
You don't last.
Yeah, you fucking Nazi guy. But yeah, and basically people fell, and it was like a domino effect, and it was about okay, I exaggerate, but it seemed about 50 people just all laying on top of each other.
Look at all this fresh meat!
And not being able to take it. And we're at the front and we're saying stop it, because behind them, of course, is a pit.
This didn't happen to be Big Day Out, did it?
Yes.
Milton Keynes Bowl?
Yes.
That's my story. That's
your horror story.
That's my horror story.
I was in the front on that one.
I was
trying to pit people
you know
up.
that 50 people pit? I was at the bottom of that pit.
What in God's name is going on here?
That's why it's my horror story.
No.
I nearly died when watching Metallica, and I'm not even exaggerating.
They died many times on stage. But
I've never seen it happen.
The best time I saw them was when Lars didn't turn up.
Oh, that was Download, wasn't it? When Joey and Dave Lombardo swapped in for
Dave went on there.
I wish I never got to see that. I still to this day
I
kick
think
myself.
he done Battery. No, they gave him all a slow song. But he
gave Dave Lombardo Nothing Else Matters.
But he was still putting in the old triple double bass kicks and all that kind of stuff.
Excellent.
It was like, and Joey done a good job because
Joey always does a good job.
Yeah.
Man. Why the hell Slipknot kicked him out?
I don't know. New guy's not too bad either.
I
haven't seen him live. So
well, that's the thing. I hold no grudge against the new guys, but I'm still just like, dude.
Yeah. So I could have. Save your life.
You might have been the guy who yelled at me to push harder when trying to help someone else up, most probably. Because I'm serious, man, it was just the most surreal experience.
It was awful.
It was life-affirming and changing at the same time, and terrifying. I've never been so scared in all of my life.
I'd rather be in the pit than in that.
Well, that was the problem. Is like this was the
was
first
awful.
time, like, just to set the scene for this. Okay, Metallica were not what people are kind of used to them being nowadays. This is Big Day Out was in 1999. Maybe.
Probably as people fucking turn us off now.
Who cares?
Who cares? Fucking.
Yeah, we're wrong. Okay, get used to it. We don't fact check things. But moving on.
It's all from memory, and that's a bad memory.
Well, I remember like because Big Day Out was a great festival. I absolutely loved that.
It's a one-day festival, wasn't it?
It was up in Milton Keynes Bowl, and the first band I went into the pit for was Sepultura, with Derek on vocals, of course. And man, that was a first experience to kind of like, holy shit, I'm in trouble. Chilled out, watched the rest of the bands throughout the whole day. Monster Magnet and Black Label Society. And
Monster Magnet was good in the day.
Oh man, great! I still love Monster Magnet now, man. You go check out their last couple of albums, and they're absolutely stunning.
I've actually not checked anything out to probably the main one, which is
what, Power Trip?
Yeah.
No, that's back that's about 4 albums, 5 albums, 6 albums, 7 albums.
We can count. Yes, count with us now.
But no, they're still great. I caught them at the Electric Ballroom like a couple of years ago, and absolutely still got it.
That's when they
didn't recognize it,
didn't they?
No, that was the one recently. That was the one they did only last year, I want to say. I saw him a couple of years ago. I didn't recognise Dave Windorf at all, though. When he walked out, I was like, who the fuck is this? And I was just,
in a bad way.
Well, I don't want to say it in a bad way, but you know, when you were used to when you were used to seeing him in those iconic music videos from Space Lord and Power Trip and Megasonic Teenage Warhead, you know, the dude was like an Iggy Pop kind of statuesque guy.
Yeah.
And now he's more like a... He's not...
Is he robust?
He's Rubenesque.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, yeah, getting lost. But the whole festival was great, but my horror moment with Metallica was, again, setting the scene. It was the first time they'd actually played the UK in a like, I want to say 10 years, but it might have only been 5 or something. But regardless, they hadn't actually come to our shores in a substantial amount of times. And this is still when Jason was playing with them on bass as well. And even doing... oh shit, what's the song? For Whom the Bell Tolls. Man.
No.
Oh my god, it still sets you off, man. They opened with fucking Battery, man. You do not, as a Metallica, do not come to UK, to a UK rabid fans who have been hungry for them for those years, and open with fucking Battery. You're gonna kill people. And I'm lucky I was I scraped past that, and no one was harmed, luckily, because of the amazing security and St. John's ambulance that were on board right there. Metallica walk out, and the crowd lost its shit. Swayed so much like that fucking clown, forwards and backwards like the tides of the ocean. And before long, it happened. A massive collapse, and I fell because I tripped over the guy who'd fallen behind me, and obviously the guy in front of me tripped over me and fell backwards onto me, and the domino effect ensued. And I just remember lying.
Huge amount of people went down in that.
I remember staring up and not seeing light. Like all I could see were the silhouettes of hair and piercings and stuff.
Forward as well.
Yeah. It was
side to side down, and everyone went forward as well.
It was mass carnage, and and what made it worse is that, okay, so we've been at this festival all day in the sweltering heat, wasn't well hydrated.
No.
Went to the Sepultura pit, was indulging fairly heavily throughout the day, not in a good body condition. Cramp setting.
Oh.
Not just in one place, but as I'm lying in the dark with many bodies over me, with cramp setting in my forearms, left and right, biceps, shoulder, neck, calves and thighs. It was an all-over body experience where it's almost as though the hand of God just wrapped its hand around my body and squeezed. You know, like in Clash of the Titans when Zeus just mashes that guy? That's exactly what happened. Man, my muscles were so tight. They must have looked like prunes or raisins underneath the skin. It was horrible. And then, you know, as I'm there lying thinking to myself, I've had a good run at this. This isn't a bad way to die, surely. I'll be in the papers. That. It ran clearly through my head.
Well, I'll tell you something, just cutting in. I may be losing my facts here, but I'm absolutely sure, because that happened and I'm sure it happened in a European festival a couple of years after that, and the same thing happened and people actually died in that one as well.
It did happen. That's why we've got those barricades now at most of the festivals.
Yeah, because it happened a couple of years ago, after the Metallica incident.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing what happened and people died.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, cross at gig Metallica, lucky no one actually died from that.
Yeah, totally, man. I mean, it's scary, and to be honest, it's weird because you and I, old school metalheads, we're used to, even to this fucking day, man. You're saying you turn down a rock up to Bloodstock and you go straight to the pits for most of these bands. Like, all the bands on your list aren't just bands you've seen at the festival, they're ones you probably went into the pit for to enjoy.
99%.
And so that's just our mentality. And so I know from first-hand experiencing, being quite old now, seeing the changes in all of these festivals, like all the kind of sanitized conditions that it's now in. Like, I've always complained and moaned that they're separating, they're splitting, they're minimal. Like, this is the reason nowadays, on top of the kind of iPhone walking camera generation, other than that aspect, it's because of these sanitized conditions where people don't have fun anymore. They turn up and they just stand and watch, because it's not necessarily because it's what they want to do, but it's because it's what they've been conditioned to do. Just remember the first times you were going to like the Brixton Academy growing up, and you first saw those no stage diving signs, and you're like, what? Seriously, someone's actually made a fucking sign.
Yeah, but everyone ignored it. It made it fucking worse.
Don't mess with me, man. I'm a lawyer.
But this is the kind of thing, that was the starting points. Those were the roots of how they were like changing our fun and starting to take away a lot of the things of what we got off on going to these shows. And it's the main thing that we fucking complain about with going to shows nowadays, is that we don't see any energy or movement nowadays from the majority of fans.
I have to give you my pet hate.
Check his penis. Is it longer than mine?
Of a whole festival, and I know friends who do this as well.
Yeah.
Bringing chairs into the fucking festival, sitting down and watching all day.
Oh man, that is just wrong.
You're thinking,
get the fuck out of my way. Like,
pretty much.
No, it's weird because I'm now experiencing the other side.
If they're disabled, fine enough, but
they have their own area specifically for them, which it should be bigger and it should be more comfortable. They should have everything that their whims should be catered for. Not saying that we get rid of
there was a legend. Like, there was this guy. He's there every single Bloodstock. But the last. I'm sure it was the last year, because I think Amon and Moth were playing last year.
Oh, the mighty Vikings.
But they made a Viking boat around his wheelchair.
Oh, no way.
But this year, it was a Game of Thrones one. The guy is a legend, and they make him enjoy. He's always got a smile on his face, and he's always rocking as hard as he possibly can do. And that's
if that spirit from that man doesn't fill your heart with
have
joy.
You seen that photo of that guy in the wheelchair crowd surfing?
Yeah,
that just gave me so much like as a community,
brotherhood,
we look after
sisterhood, family, right there.
But as we varied off the mark here, really.
I mean, it kind of got sidetracked onto a bunch of other festivals, but interestingly enough, it touched on a couple of things I'm keen to ask you.
Go on then. I've still got another day, by the way.
Oh yeah, we haven't done Sunday yet, have we?
No, but do you want to wait, or do you want to say no?
I want to wait because I'm quite curious to see. Let's see, we're in 2015. You said you first started going to Bloodstock in 2006.
I don't know, I have to be honest.
Let's say that.
My mind's...
Let's say that, right. I've been going since about 2009, 2008 possibly. I want to know from your point of view, from the evolution of the festival, what would you say makes it separated, different, unique in its own right compared to, say, like the other ones mentioned, Grass Pop, Wacken, Sonosphere, Download?
One of the things I appreciate the most is a couple of years ago, Alice Cooper was playing.
Oh, I saw that.
You were there?
I was there. Amazing show, but
I was standing there and I was just watching him, and I was must have been about 5-6 rows away from the main stage.
Brilliant.
Nothing was squashed.
Space to move. People were enjoying themselves. Sound was good. And I was looking and thinking, the size of this guy, as in stature, we will never see him doing a small venue. Not anymore. No, he's got too big a theatrical production behind him.
Yeah, but you know, you like Motorheads and all that kind of stuff. You go to some venues and all that, but I don't know why, but Bloodstock, the main stage especially, but Sophie, phenomenal. You feel so close to the bands, and I think nowadays where music venues are getting a lot more separated,
it's because of the bigger turnouts of the attendance, really, isn't it?
Very, yeah.
It's hard to, like, how can you justifiably charge every person, like, take a more popularized festival, I guess, from a different genre, so should we say Glastonbury?
Yeah, Glastonbury, yeah.
They charge them such a huge amount of money to go to this festival so that they can just sit in the sun and drink, because they've got no chance of actually seeing the acts. I mean, I think it's getting better now. I mean, I think actually Glastonbury is quite a bad example because they televise a lot of it, so they do have the big screens up there for people as well. But to be honest, why the hell am I paying so much money to watch someone on a screen?
That's how I felt with when I was watching Slayer last year at Wacken. I was watching it and they were like small miniature people, and we could have got there a bit earlier, but we had other bands we wanted to see.
Yeah.
So we were watching, and it was so from afar that I'm thinking, well, and the problem is, I don't know whether you find this, but the hardcore fans are people that I want to be next to.
Yeah, definitely.
Even if it's not bands I know, I want people to go fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And give me that energy.
Share that enthusiasm.
Yeah, and you know, I remember I went to see Rammstein at Sonisphere.
Oh, that's when they did it with Iron Maiden, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
And I was with someone who remained nameless, who watched it with me and was constantly moaning all the way through.
During a Rammstein show?
Yeah, and the thing is, because we arrived later, I was at the back of the crowd, and the people in the back of the crowd are boring fucks.
They really are miserable.
You know, they fold their arms. It's also a London mentality.
They don't even bend the knees or nod the head. They just stare daggers into the darkness at the stage.
A few times it did happen at this festival. Yeah, but with me, I'm banging my head. That's a lost art. That's something we need to talk about soon. But the thing is, I'm banging my head, jumping around, acting like a complete maniac. There's people around, and I'll get to another point later on the final day.
Sure.
Because something really bugged me. And the difference is, with Bloodstock, you've got the unsigned stages. You got the Sophie stage, and you got that, and the clashes this year weren't actually too bad.
Right. Okay.
Right. There's always something for someone, and it splits the day up quite nicely as well. But I think because people are more open-minded to the unsigned, they're a bit more open-minded to the music.
Totally.
Even though when Lamb of God, Machine Head, and of course Rob Zombie, that I'm going to talk about earlier. Later. Later.
Same thing.
Drugs are kicking in, man. You know, that is a big issue. That there is always going to be people who are going to boo-hoo it. Yeah. But yeah, as I said, the Bloodstock compared to the other festivals, it's just smaller, more intimate, and I'm hoping that it will stay that